Hello my friends and welcome to today's tarot reading. This is a general daily reading for all signs, but the sign that you're here probably means that there is a special message for you. So thank you so much for joining me today. So today is the 9th of March 2023. It's going quick, huh? And it's the day of Jupiter. A royal day today. So, no major transits today. So let's see what the cards have to say. Dear Spirit, what messages would you like to communicate to the collective today? Okay, we've got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. We've got the Two of Cups reversed. I'm using the Joe Sparrow Tarot. Okay, we've got Temperance reversed, we've got the Sun reversed. And then we've also got the Three of Wands as well. Let's see, what else do we have? No. Okay. So Ace of Cups, Two of Swords, and the Hermit reversed. Okay, right. Wow, interesting little spread here, my friends. Wow, how does that look to you? Yeah, that looks good. Right, okay, so as in the camera. So today, you know, when things don't go our way, sometimes we can feel really really kind of affronted that these things aren't going the way that we want them to go. You know, there's this thing of feeling that, okay, we have certain things in place, we have things that we, you know, that we're grateful for, but still it isn't exactly what we would want at that time. And what's interesting is that there's this sense of like misery loving company. So it seems like there's a few people that have got together and been able to talk about something that is not going right, and it's almost in that sense of community of coming together that people are starting to find some kind of happiness or some kind of solace. The reason why I see this is because you've got the three of this is something that's being built. But with Temperance of the Wheel of Fortune, there is a delay and also some kind of instability that is being incurred by this delay. The Hermit reversed is people coming out of a sense of solitude, reflection. They're coming out to build something. So it may be that some people have come out to an event or something like that. Or even you could say like a protest or something like that. This could be that. This could be indicative of a protest. Because it's people coming together, like-minded people coming together and you know, wanting to, because there's an inability from, particularly with the two, you've got the Two of Cups there. It isn't the three, which would indicate like more groups, but this would say to me like people who actually like, people who really have a deep connection and a deep sense of value on an interpersonal level. But also with this Ace of Cups, it's just very interesting that there's a suppression of joy, of love. It could even be it could also be a forbidden love. It could be a love that isn't allowed to be celebrated, isn't allowed to be kind of in the open. And because of that, that very incident has caused some kind of movement towards a kind of coming together of two people. And it's almost like it's under or behind closed doors, should I say. Because there's definitely an aspect of the inability of, sorry, an aspect of the soloness, or the, God, I can't get my words out. I really need to stop doing these readings at night. The isolation, that's what I'm talking about. It's definitely coming out of the isolation. That's why I kind of got the idea that there would be more people, but then I thought, no, actually that might be the Three of Cups as opposed to the Two of Cups. But the Two of Cups gives me more of a closeness in the respective values. It makes me think that there is like some kind of, there's some real congruency between the two people, between people. It doesn't I don't think it's necessarily like just two people, but I think it's some intimacy that can be shared with many people, but it doesn't necessarily have to be like essential or a sexual thing. I think it's more to do with like the passions and the drives of people. So we've got two twos here, Two of Swords, and then also the Two of Cups. One Ace, a Three, and the Sun. I am getting a sense that the dissatisfaction is the thing that brings people together, or brings these particular people together. So and it has to do with some kind of being alone for a long time. Like it has to do with some kind of work. I mean, it could be that somebody was on their own for a long time and they really didn't want to be alone, so they've done things to really work on themselves. This could also be indicative a little bit of incel culture, if I'm honest. Because it's that idea of like working on things, trying to like do things, maybe looking at things like social media and whatnot, but then getting like an imbalanced view internally and then wondering why things haven't really happened. And this is because of the energy is kind of not allowed to be expressed properly. But then there's this community of people that kind of agree with you and kind of like know what they kind of like, they all agree with you. They validate you. That's what I get from that card, is validation. I think also, you know, I had a friend of mine say to me that yawning a lot like says that you're channeling. And now all of a sudden I'm not yawning. Wait, I will do in a minute. But yeah, here we go. But yeah, I think it's really interesting. There is a lack of communication here. The Two of Swords indicates a lack of communication. It's a stalemate to me. Really interesting. Really, really interesting. I got these beautiful new cards. They're called the language secret, the secret language of light. So let's see what they have to say. They're very beautiful, positive cards. I don't have like many positive, beautiful cards in my deck. All of my collection are very beautiful, but I don't really go for the light and the love kind of like vibe. But I was very attracted to these. So let's see, and they're very good. There is only light. It's true. There is. I mean, the thing is that the idea and the perception of something that is not light is just the absence of it. It's totally true, because once we introduce light into a space, it becomes there isn't darkness. This is the whole thing. This is the whole thing when you come back to like the sense of integrating the shadow, and looking at that sort of thing. The shadow is only the part of our personality that we choose not to have light on, because we're too ashamed to have light there. And if you know, if it's there for everyone to see, or you know that it's there and it's in the full light of your awareness. There is no darkness, there is only light. And I think, like, coming back to the idea of the whole incel culture thing, like, I think it's because it's the very, very thing that the people are not being recognized. They're not being seen. They're not being heard. You know, it's that whole thing with the whole, like, toxic masculinity culture. And I think it's only bred by a real need to be heard, because I was watching something the other day and it was really depressing. And it was saying, like, about, like, how the white male is, like, it's the worst time to be a white male right now. And I really feel for people like that, because how can you ostracize people? People are people, you know. It's not about the color of your skin, or you know, the creed you are, or anything. It's about your heart and about your light and about who you are. It's about your soul and the love and everybody deserves that. And it's so sad. It's so sad to see people who are becoming victims of expectation. And we just have to do so much work. And this is all perpetuated by these very things of social media, all these things of, you know, expectation. The world that we're living in now is just very difficult. So I think, you know, remembering that there is only light. And all we can do is just continue to bring light to every situation that we are in and around is going to be the way forward, really. A beautiful message. And I'm looking at this 3 of Wands here, because it's a nice 3 of Wands. It's very cute. It reminds me of this kind of, it's just possibility. It's just real possibility. Anything is possible. It really is. As long as we have, like, some kind of, like, understanding that we are not alone. And we aren't alone. But it's just interesting when you get groups of people that don't feel right. So what we have to do is help people to feel more light, I suppose. Anyway, my friends, I hope you enjoyed that reading. If you liked it, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe for more videos. But otherwise, my darlings, you take care. I'll speak to you soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And remember that honesty is always key. Bye.